Alright. So, right off the bat, a Jax ban is a huge nod at the Gwen pick, especially considering its flexibility, not only in the mid lane, but also in the jungle away from its top home. Very interesting ban there. And then the Lucian Wukong will come through on the red side. We'll see what RNG looks to ban away. But usually when we see that Lucian and the Wukong there, it leads to a Viego first pick, especially if the Ahri is on the table. But if Ahri's first pick, then it'll be a Viego Vex in response from Xiaohu and Wei. But we'll play it by ear. Volibear banned away from RNG is kind of interesting. Both teams have seen pretty large priority on the Lee Sin. So I'd imagine it would be a Viego Lee Sin handshake here, unless one of them go for a Nocturne pick. Also, Ahri and LeBlanc, both on the table, are really, really big. If RNG pick a jungle early in rotation and T1 sees that it's not a... Okay, never mind. I was going to talk about Twisted Fate, but it seems as though Faker will be first picking the Ahri, which will result in the Viego Vex or Lee Sin LeBlanc. See what they go for it. Twisted Fate in response to the Ahri is quite interesting. Notably, it can't be counterpicked by like a Yasuo or something, even though Faker doesn't really play that. But Twisted Fate and Galio have been seeing a lot of priority around the Gwen pick being able to latch on to her pressure as she continues to fight 1v1 in Mist. But we are going to see the Viego picked away from the Ahri. RNG now can also play the Tristana to pretty high success here. So see what T1 look to answer. RNG also, not only do they have the Tristana to pair up with the Viego, but they also have the Kaisa to pair up with the Twisted Fate. Gwen would be a good pick into Twisted Fate though, considering it plays really, really well around Gold Card. And with two scaling top and mid, I think we'll probably see the Lee Sin pick here. Especially if the Lee Sin can't get poppied or anything. So we're going to see the Xayah for Gumi. I guess looking for the Xayah ult into Gold Card is kind of interesting, but blind picking Xayah, there's Misfortune that's picked into it. Kaisa generally isn't too great, and into the Gwen, there's so many different counters in terms of Vladimir. You have Tryndamere and the Jax that is taken off the table. The Kennen we saw last game from Impact into G2, but Kennen's win rate has been pretty abysmal into the Gwen specifically. So both teams need a support, and then RNG need their jungler, and T1 need their top laner. I know both. No, never mind. RNG need both their bot laners, and then T1 need a support and jungle. Excuse me. Ezreal banned away that has a pretty early priority into the Xayah, but generally Ezreal's been really, really weak, and Senna also has a pretty dominant lane as well, so I'd imagine we'll see that taken away. So Mig does get the R5 a carry support pick. God forbid we see the set Senna combo. Nocturne banned away is interesting, but I think it will just be the Lee Sin, especially if you need to 4-5 it. Kaisa banned instead. Gala's opted into both sides. or into a lot of matchups with the Kaisa, and Gall is really known for the pick. So we'll see what's up. Kaisa's also on the table with no Vex pick in sight, but I don't know if we'll see that. Kaisa off the table. Gala plays Aphelios pretty similarly to the Kaisa, just Gale forcing forward. I don't know, just be a line. Maybe at least in blind pick. Well, it's not blind, but because it's Lee Sin it is. And pick Nautilus. Pick Nautilus. So, what do we want? Renata, probably, coming through as the counter into Nautilus. Gwen and Ari are pretty good into the Renata, but... Ooh, the Alistar counter pick into Gwen. Let's go. GIGACHAD. So I think against DFM and Saigon Buffalo, we saw the Alistar into Gwen. Gave it quite the shellacking. And Ming is one of the best players, one of the best support players in the world. So we have a treat on our hands, but I'm not going to stick around to watch it. But if you've watched my content through the Rumble stage, I would appreciate it. I put out nearly 60 videos detailing pick and bin, so definitely too much for sure, but hopefully I'll be able to find an editor to cut it down and make some sort of video out of it. But we'll see. Thanks for watching.